1 million ways to paint Space Wolves, and this is one of them, using some dry brushing, some pin washing, and explained in just over 5 minutes. I started off with Scale 75 Bearing Blue, but Rust Grey by Citadel works as well. Apply this to the entire model, top to bottom, and don't worry about tidiness. Two layers as always for a nice coverage. With this hunk of gold is your result. Now take a lighter gray and a dry brush. I use Fenrisian gray, but any bluish light gray should work. Apply this by flicking your dry brush from top to bottom. Best is to apply this in multiple layers and build it up. This will help with the transition from one color to another. This will also add some highlights on your edges. Next we take Aerial Yellow to add to the pauldron. Any yellow will do if you want a different tone. Now this can be a bit of a process, but thin the paint a bit and apply about 3 layers. To get a better coverage and less layers, you could first add Xandri dust. Or apply a layer of Aerial Yellow and then a layer of Imperial Fist contrast paint. If you add this in thin layers, you can get a good coverage. With about this as your result. Now let's take Balthazar Gold, thin this just a little bit. Take your time and apply this to the Aquila on his chest. If you accidentally touch the blue, due to dry brushing, you can take Bearing Blue and fix it up. Use your entire brush, the tip, the sides, and make sure that you drag your brush. Ending that, it should look a little like this. Now take Guilliman Flesh Tone. You could also use non-oil or Agrax. Simply apply this to the Aquila to give it dimension. Now we take Ulthuan Grey for edge highlighting. Use a small sharp-tipped brush to add edge highlights to your model. Use the side and use the tip, make sure you're comfortable. As I get a lot of questions about edge highlighting, I'm leaving this footage in. Just take a look and see how I do it. Let's use some of Fiston Red now. Let's use this and apply it to the lenses. With about this as your results. Now take Contrast Medium, about 3 drops, and Frost Hard Contrast, about 2 drops. Let's do some panel lining as a challenge. Make sure that you have a sharp-tipped brush and apply the mixture to all the recesses. Approach this as though you're doing reverse highlighting. I am leaving in some images to show you how this works. Stabilize your hands by keeping your hands close together. Don't apply too much pressure and simply use the brush to do the work. If you're not confident in doing this, you could wash the entire model with this mixture after you base coat it, and then just follow the steps. Look up all the recesses and sharp angles and keep applying this to the model. If you want to make the recess shade darker, you could use Agrax Earthshade or Null Oil. And this should be your result.